What's up? What's up, my people? It's Percy back again with some unsolicited opinions. This time I wanted to talk about Drake's new video release from his and PARTYNEXTDOOR collaboration. What's that? Some sexy songs or some whatever. It wasn't for me. It was for the chicks, for the broads, if you will. Some sexy songs, I think, right? Him and PARTYNEXTDOOR. So apparently it was released a couple days ago, the video for the song Nokia. And you know, it's been causing a lot of what should I say? A lot of as expected, a lot of diverse vitriol or support by, who we'd call the K-bots in terms of trashing it, or the Drake Glazers, as I've heard. Everybody has some crazy opinion about it. And, one thing I have to say is, this new kind of like super stan culture is really, really just bad for hip hop, in my opinion. And it doesn't just affect hip hop. It affects all walks of life now. Like politics, everything is like, you gotta be like a super fan to the death, right? Like you can't see the good on either side, or see some things that people need to fix or work on or improve on their side. It's got to be like this crazy super fandom thing, and I personally am a little bit sick of it. But anyway, the track on the album is one of the Drake solo projects, which is interesting. That really, it's a Drake and Party album, but really the songs that they've been pushing are just the Drake solo songs. Like Give Me a Hug, I think they tried, right? That's another track off the album, rapping Drake solo track. And then this is the other rapping Drake solo track, Nokia. So it's kind of odd that initially this was pushed as a Drake Party album, but now, it's just the songs that they're clearly trying to push are just Drake solo songs. So I don't know how Party feels about that. I'm sure, maybe he just is like, hey, just give me the check. Give me the check, brethren. And he moves on. So maybe that's what that's about. But that seems a little bit odd that the breakout songs are that way. But I actually think the Nokia song is a cool little bop. Is it one of Drake's best songs? Nope. And I think even for the Drake Glazers, as they call it out there, I mean, if you really keep it real, that is that in the long list, of course, of Drake hits and bops, this doesn't crack like the top 30. Or even, right, of Drake songs. And again, I'm not a Glazer, but I Drake, whether you like him, you love him, you hate him, he has put out like way stronger singles than this, right? So I mean, but I guess this is the summerish vibes, right, that we were promised. And it's nothing deep or philosophical. That's another thing that I have to say. It's just something to make you dance. You know what I'm saying? Raise your hands. And I think he delivered on that. And yes, I know that the content of the song is very surface. But some of this really selective outrage, because the song is very surface or deep, or whatever. I don't know if this is still some sort of Kendrick comparison. If you haven't realized, they're two totally different artists, and that's totally fine, right? But you have many people and commentators that are like, well, this is just there's nothing to it, and da, da, da. But these are the same guys that would be in the club, bopping their head to, Future or 21 Savage or whoever else. You know what I'm saying? Or even in their cars, not even in the club, right? So there's a little bit of hypocrisy there, in my opinion. Like, the dude said summer vibes. He didn't say, I'm going to reveal things on my next release, or I'm going to, it's time to go deep, pause. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say any of that. This is although delayed, summer vibes, I'm guessing, is what he was promising from last year. I don't know. So I think that's a bit hypocritical. You know what I mean? There's so many artists that don't put out. I would say 90+% of artists don't put anything out that would be comparable to Kendrick's music, right? In terms of layers and meaning and all of that stuff. And we still love it. We're still hip hop fans at the end of the day. So to me, that's just kind of, when I see the people reviewing and talking about it, I'm like, bruh, come on now. Really? The song is called Nokia. And, he has, some imagery in there. He has imagery that, kind of relates to, for those who are as old as I am, and actually had the Nokia phones. I was more of a BlackBerry kind of guy. I didn't have any Nokia phones. Then I had a Sidekick for a little bit. And then, I thought I was big bossing it up, and I got like a Palm Trio, and I thought like, oh, this is as good as it gets. So that's how old I am. But I mean, he had like the snakes in there. He was surrounded by, the digital snakes, a little bit of imagery there. I do agree that, I think that he did take a lot of inspiration from Kendrick's Not Like Us video and the Super Bowl performance, especially the ones with the girls. I don't think he's ever had group choreography in his videos. I could be wrong. I'm not a super Drake stan like that, so it is very possible that I am off base with that, and maybe he had some choreographed stuff. But it to me is just, it ties a little bit too close to what Kendrick was doing. Like, if you're gonna pivot and do like some sexy songs and try to come out with your first like official like push release song, then try to do something that does not remind people in any way, form, or fashion of anything that Kendrick did. I'm not trying to say you need to duck what he's doing or whatever, but when you get all of these talking points that Kendrick has been made, and a lot of people co-opted, all the K-bots, if you want to call them that, like, colonizing talk and song stealing talk and all of this stuff, then you don't do stuff, to me, in my opinion, that reminds people in any way of what the dude that pushed that narrative is trying to make for you. It to me, it just, I'm like, bruh, okay, I see the video. I see, you got the owls out of the cage or the whatever, but come on. That to me is where I'm like, you kind of lost me, bruh. Like, let's stop living in this whole moment. Personally, I'm sick and tired of it. You're not really going to see any kind of Drake battle commentary from me, because I've seen it all. I have nothing else to add to it, and frankly, I don't want to talk about it anymore. But in the context of this video, I'll just say, Drake, bruh, you gotta detach yourself from this, bruh. You're attaching yourself to this thing still, this beef. And we all want to let go. We want you to let go, my man. Let go of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is viewed as somebody taking one of the biggest L's in hip hop history. And for me, you know what I'm saying? I'm obviously I'm not in his shoes, but if I was in his shoes or anyone around him, I'd be like, let's not at all try to even troll, because we gonna move on. We're gonna try to show that we above that. But the choreography, even some of the placement, like him with the do rag and the black and white and all of this stuff, it's like Drake, can we move on? Can we move on, please? Other than that, I think the song is a solid song. Is it a tier or S tier Drake song? No, it's more like a B minus tier Drake song. But I know his fans will take it. Will take whatever they can get, and really, outside of that, I think it's very standard, typical Drake. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's still space in this culture for that. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's just my rant. I ain't really got nothing else to say, but I think the video was okay. I really, the purpose of the videos are to kind of enhance the song. I really don't think it did that, only because of what I mentioned before, which is all these kind of subtle references to the song that arguably, did you so much damage that you suing the pants off of everybody that's associated with the song. So I still am going to say, Drake, take a break, regroup, right? Get some people around you that you trust and that you can listen to, right? A lot of these artists, when they get to a certain level, there's nobody that they really think that can give them better advice than what's in their heads. And clearly, I think you need friends that will give you better advice. You know what I mean? Associates, whatever you want to call them. But that's all I have to say about this. I really do wish that he had kind of stayed away from any subs or references. Detach yourself, my boy. All right, y'all. That's my little rant on this Drake Nokia video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know if you think I'm off base. Let me know if there's anything I missed. I'm sure there's a lot I missed. I don't really do all the deep dives like that. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.